When I asked her about the date of my son's wedding, she smiled like she was holding a secret. "We got married yesterday," she said, "just for special people." Her words hit like glass cracking from the inside. Just for special people. And apparently, I wasn't one of them. I stood there, holding a wrapped box, a watch I'd bought for my son. The same kind I gave his father when we got engaged. Poetic, I thought. But in that moment, I realized poetry has no place in betrayal. Back when she first came around, I thought she was perfect for him. Kind, respectful. Too respectful, maybe. She called me Mama before she even met half our family. Brought food, cleaned dishes that weren't hers, laughed a little too loud when my son spoke. I should have seen it then, how she studied us all, every detail, every weakness. My son loved her with that blind, naive intensity men get when they mistake attention for affection. He said she made him feel seen. I wondered later if she only saw what she could take. The distance began after their engagement. Calls unanswered, visits canceled. When I did reach him, his words felt rehearsed, polished. "We're just busy, Mom." I noticed he stopped talking about money, which was odd. He always did. After his father's death, I took care of his finances until he could stand on his own. But then she came, and suddenly he didn't want to bother me. I stayed quiet, because silence teaches more than confrontation ever will. The wedding announcement, or lack of it, was confirmation enough. They'd gone behind my back. But what hurt wasn't exclusion. It was the lie of it, the performance, the special people. A week later she called, her voice all sugar and desperation. "Mom, the rent's overdue. Did you transfer it?" I smiled into the phone, calm. "Didn't I tell you?" I said softly. "I don't fund strangers." She laughed nervously. "What do you mean? You said you're married now. That makes you a wife, not a child. Handle your rent like one." Then I hung up. That's when the plan began. I didn't shout, didn't cry. I just opened my notebook, the one I'd kept since his father died, and made 3 columns: assets, access, attachments. First, I reviewed what I'd built. Every property, every account. My son's name was attached to one, the apartment he lived in. But ownership, that was mine. I had only loaned it to him under my trust. She didn't know that. Then I started cutting strings quietly. His allowance? Gone. His car? Leased under my company. Reclaimed. Joint account? Frozen for routine verification. Each step, legal, silent, final. And as the days passed, I let them sit in their new reality. A week later she called again. No pretense this time. "You can't just—" "I can," I said. And I did. Then she turned the phone to my son. His voice broke. "Mom, please, we didn't mean to hide it." "She thought," I interrupted, "she thought she could outsmart me." Silence. The kind that tastes like guilt. I could hear her whispering behind him. I could imagine her eyes, calculating, angry, desperate. I waited for him to defend her. He didn't. That's when I knew he understood. 2 days later, I invited them both over. I set the table with tea, untouched. She arrived first, too confident for someone with nothing left. "I think we started off wrong," she said. I smiled. "No, you started off pretending." My son stood behind her, quiet, hollow. I slid a folder across the table. "These are the lease papers for the apartment. You'll find your name missing." Her eyes flicked down. Her face lost its practiced grace. "You can leave by the end of the week," I said. "But," I leaned forward, "you wanted a marriage without family? Then build one without my roof." She didn't speak. She just stared, realizing this wasn't anger, it was consequence. When they left, I walked to the window, watched her step into the car first, chin trembling. He followed, slower. He turned once as if to speak, but stopped when I raised my hand. I didn't wave. I simply closed the curtain. Weeks later, my son came alone. No ring, no wife. He sat on the same couch where he'd once shown me pictures of their engagement. "She left," he said quietly. I didn't ask why. I already knew. After a long silence, he whispered, "You knew it would happen, didn't you?" I met his eyes. "I don't destroy people, son. I just stop protecting them." That night she called one last time, a number I didn't recognize. Her voice cracked. "You ruined everything." "No," I said, "you did. I just made sure you saw it." Then I ended the call. They say revenge is satisfaction. It's not. It's silence. It's the calm after you've swept the chessboard clean. I gave them the rope. They tied the knot. All I did was pull. And as for the rent, didn't I tell her? I don't fund strangers.